Welcome everyone to another KingSeanReactions video. Today we answer the question, are men failing because life is hard, or are we just undisciplined and distracted? Before we dive in, take a second to head over to lnscandleco.com and pick up our signature triple wick candles, LNS, lighter wick, lower the noise. This is our family business built on quality, peace, and intention. These candles aren't just for decor, they shift the atmosphere. They bring a calm that men and women both need, especially in a world that is loud, chaotic, and constantly pulling your energy. Use code EMPOWERMENT for 15% off your order. Whether you're unwinding for work or just setting the tone in your home, LNS gives your space that grounded, elevated feel. Vibe higher with LNS. I said in the last episode that a black man's greatest asset is his focus and discipline. I was reflecting on that as I was editing and uploading the video. Truth is, that's the greatest asset that all men, all people, and all of society could have. Denzel Washington routinely talked about how prayer, routine, and staying grounded helped him maintain discipline in Hollywood, how he was able to weed out distraction, how he committed to his wife and his kids, and remains a steady figure in their lives. Frederick Douglass and what he had to overcome, his emphasis on the importance of reading, being able to overcome all of the obstacles that he had to in his time. He was a slave, but he is now revered by both blacks and whites as one of the greatest thinkers, not just of his time, but of all time. Jackie Chan, who would rehearse one punch 1,000 times so that it looked amazing on camera. That man broke every bone in his body, and yet he stayed committed to both acting and martial arts. I am an example of discipline. 4 years ago, I weighed 320 pounds. I was diabetic, blood pressure borderline high every doctor's visit, sweating hard for no reason, breathing hard just walking up the stairs. I saw my homeboy George was into bodybuilding, so I hit him up. How can I lose weight? He gave me a meal plan. I lost the first 30 pounds, but I didn't stick with it. Life was lifing. I fell on hard times. I was driving for Uber, and because I'm on the road all day, I was constantly eating fast food. And when I was a trucker, I was constantly eating fast food. And when I had a desk job, I was constantly eating fast food. Finally, after I gained financial stability, I began to focus on my health. At my lowest weight, I was all the way down to 210 pounds, and I'm 6'2". Today, I'm about 225 pounds, and again, life was lifing. My house burned down and it broke my discipline. But now, I'm back on my grind, making sure that I eat right and follow a schedule. Anything you think about. You want to be a musician? You want to work with computers, AI, or in coding? Whether you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, any profession that you can think of, you can be that. And I want you to extrapolate that to everything else in your life. You want to make $1 million? It's easier than you think, but it also takes a lot more time than you think. The average millionaire is 61 years old. The average billionaire is 67 years old. Hip hop has tricked us into thinking every 20 to 25-year-old should be a millionaire, and Instagram taught us that we all should be vacationing around the world before we 30. That's not reality. There's no get-rich-quick schemes. You do not get what you deserve, you get what you earn. If you're selling drugs and thugging, you're earning an early trip to a grave or a prison sentence. If you're in some sort of certification program, you're probably earning financial stability. Once you have financial stability, it almost feels like all the other pieces in life start to fall in place. The money you make, if you can pay your bills, but you have $10 left over at every check, just knowing that you have a place to stay next month provides stability. When you spend your 9 to 5 working for someone else, the only thing more important than that is what you do for your 6 to 10. From the time I get home until midnight, I work on my projects for this YouTube channel, my social media run that I'm lining up for, projects for my family legacy. I study for my certifications. I'm doing my lab portfolio. I wasted my entire 20s just working my 9 to 5, and my 6 to 10, or sometimes 6 to 2 a.m. was playing video games, hanging out with my friends, when I could have been putting in the work that I'm putting in right now while I'm approaching 40, instead of trying to right the wrongs of what a lack of discipline and focus caused. If I was focusing on these things the way I am today, as much as I was focused on video games, I'd already be a millionaire. I'm telling you this so that you're able to make those changes. Today I spend majority of my time reading, gathering knowledge, figuring out how I can implement these things into my life. This is the major part of leadership because you understand that you think it's a good idea. When they have a question that makes you turn your face sideways, just say, okay, let me think about it. And if they pressure you, say, okay, I said I would think about it. I think what you're saying is important, but I want to spend some time with it before I make a decision. This avoids plenty of arguments. Then come back next week or a few days later and make your decision. I'm bringing back family meetings in my household. We need to make sure our homes are on the same accord. Make sure everyone is supporting your vision as head of the household and giving the family the tools to execute the vision. I'm trying to get my family on a 25-acre compound where we can conduct business and grow our own food. These ideas aren't impossible. It comes with sacrifice that I find that many of us just aren't willing to make. But as men, we have to show the benefits of that sacrifice. When they don't understand, don't get mad. If they ask questions you don't have the answer to, take note, say I don't have the answer right now, but I can get that to you by the end of the day or by tomorrow. Then you go find the answer. If you can't find the answer, just let them know, hey, I didn't forget you. I need to do a little more research for better understanding. Give me another day or two to look it over more. The thing is, though, you have to actually look it over. Discipline also means following a routine, having a schedule. Share that schedule with your wife or your girlfriend. This gives them a roadmap for your day. They have to respect the schedule, respect your time, but make sure that you plan time in for them on your schedule. I take a break about every 15 to 30 minutes between tasks where I can just go around the house, check on my wife, check on the kids, see what they're doing. So I get my productivity in and I get some family time in. I live a balanced life, not just for me, but so that my family has some predictability in cases where they would like to have my time. And it rubs off on them, showing them the importance of a schedule, and eventually they'll be creating schedules of their own that you'll have to be a part of. But on another note, through all of this, one of our main messages today is f*** your feelings, bruh. You better man up and push through. Translation, be resilient. No matter what comes your way, keep working towards your goals. Do not stop. Do not give up. Get in the shower, cry if you need to, come out and progress towards a better life for yourself and your family. If you apply these principles of what we talked about here today to your life, I promise you'll be a better man because of it. Thanks for dropping by, and remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And go over to Ness Candle Co. where you can vibe higher with 15% off your order using code EMPOWERMENT. If you liked our videos and you want to submit a video or have a video suggestion for me to react to, leave it in the comment section below. And if I use your suggestion, I'll credit you in the next video. Alright guys, love yourself, trust yourself, honor yourself, and value yourself. Peace.